great. Okay, we're going to start. Well, we will tape this meeting for posterity, and we'll get started. All right. Well, welcome again, everybody, to our January Roundtable. My name is Eric Zambleed. I'm your Roundtable Commissioner, and I'll help lead you through tonight's events and announcements. We're going to start our meeting with a pledge. So if you are in uniform, please, you may salute. And if you're not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart and recite the pledge with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which is
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Thank you, everyone. We got a packed agenda tonight. Welcoming everybody here. We've got some training information for you. A lot of the first 6 months of our program is available, and you can see, and we'll start reserving some dates. We'll talk about specifically about some of the more recent upcoming events. We've got a nice little training nugget from Jason Roberts about getting parents involved. We're going to talk about our state law, AB 506, which talks about registering yourselves and having yourself live scan. And then we'll have a little bit of time at the end, maybe, for some questions and answers if you have something that you want to bring up as well. All right. Remember, please keep your speakers or your microphones muted while you are on, unless you're asking for a specific question. You can enter your questions into the chat, and we'll try to answer them along the way. And we are recording this call. This is an adult meeting, so we can do that. Is Michael Devine on the line? Let's see. I don't see Michael or Amy. So, not seeing them, I will go over some of our upcoming training dates for you. Youth protection for all those newly registered, rechartered units, and they have those new scouters coming in. You should have gotten your youth protection training, but there is an opportunity to do that January 18th, 6:30 in the evening. I believe that's a Zoom meeting. Den chief training. Encourage those young, Scouts, BSA Scouts to become Den chiefs and help out those Cub Scout units. It's a great way to keep those packs together with the troops and feed new scouts into the Scouts BSA troops. February 6th, 8 a.m. to noon. The merit badge, if you are a counselor or want to be a counselor, there is training that's available on February 8th. That's a Tuesday night, 7 p.m. And then Trainer's Edge. Trainer's Edge is a training for the trainer. If you plan on doing any wood badge staff or NYLT staff, that's mandatory for you to have Trainer's Edge training. February 19th, I will be your host for that particular training, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's scheduled for the Sea Base. All of this information is accessible on our website, longbeachbsa.org/training, and you can actually register right now for all of those training events right on that page. Program. We are trying to build up a program for January through June. January 7th through the 9th was Webelos Camporee. And then we had Path of Eagle course. And coming up, the 22nd, is the Traderee. After that will be the OA annual dinner. But everyone is invited to the Traderee during the day at Sea Base on January 22nd. We'll get a little bit more information about that in a little while with Tomahawk. In February, you got Scout Sunday or Scout Sabbath on the 5th and the 6th. Try to schedule that with your churches. And we're back into Pinewood Derby season. The Pinewood Derby season has our Derby clinic where those young Cub Scouts can come and get their blocks of wood cut in the shape that they want on the 12th. And we'll also have another Derby clinic on March 12th as well. So nice even dates, February 12th and March 12th. And then rounding out March is our council recognition dinner. That's a new date. Put that in your calendar, everybody. We'll talk about that a little bit more in detail. So don't do it in February. We're going to do it in March. We're trying to give us a little bit of time so we can do this in person. April, during the spring break, the 18th through the 22nd, we do have our spring aquatics program. Lots of good chances to get out there on the water. Also some chance there for some merit badge work. There will be also a pack level involvement as well. April 30th, we are hosting our Pinewood Derby Council Championships. In the morning, we'll be doing derby races for the packs that haven't already done them, if they want to do a pack level race. And then in the afternoon, we'll be back again for the for the council derby championships. All those winners from the packs will go and race and compete. If there's interest, we might do a loop challenge, if you remember those, and a car show as well. We'll talk about that in a little bit. In fact, I think it's coming up next. In May, Cub Wow on the 1st. Get those cubbies involved in looking at what all scouting is all about. And then our OA spring ordeal will be the 21st and the 22nd, our Order of the Arrow. June, you start up with summer aquatics programs on the 21st. Pinewood Derby. Joe, can you tell us about the Pinewood Derby?
All right, so Pinewood Derby, we're hoping that we can do a live and in-person derby this year, pending any kind of restrictions. That is the plan. So we did go through the dates. We have 2 speed clinics on February 12th and March 12th. Those are 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., basically for units that don't really have the tools necessary to kind of put their cars together. We'll have quite a few adult leaders there to help cut the Pinewood Derby cars, and a few tools there to do pretty much everything except paint your car.
Where will that happen?
That's going to be at the council parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're working on securing a location. Again, COVID pending, that we can do an in-person race, but if not, it'll be hosted virtually like it was last year. We intend to offer pack racing for those that don't have their own track. It'll be the same fee as last year, $20 per pack for us to race those vehicles. And then any cars entered into the championship race, we would recommend the top 4 from each pack. That would be $15 per vehicle. The championship race fee does include the patch. And for any of the other cars that didn't make it into the championship race, they have the option of coming in and for $5 to be entered into the Pinewood Derby Classic Car Show, or into the Legacy Loop Challenge.
Legacy Loop Challenge, okay.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. We still have the video from last year's Loop Challenge, and trying to see which of these cars will make it through. It's a whole lot of fun, and it'll be a whole lot more fun doing it in person. So that the car show and the Loop Challenge both has that $5 fee, and anybody that would like to get one of our Pinewood Derby patches, that would be a fee of $5 as well, unless it's a championship race entry that it's included with that. So if there's any questions, Dave Bridges and Rob Tignoli are co-chairing the Pinewood Derby once again. So feel free to reach out to them. We are looking for some volunteers to help us out with check-in, as well as keeping the cars in lockup and things like that. So if you're an interested scouter, or some of our older Scouts BSA that would like to help out with the event, feel free to reach out to Rob and Dave. That way we can give you more details on that. So
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe. Council recognition dinner. Let's see here. Paul, you want to talk about our council recognition dinner?
Yes, I do. So we are committed, the committee, the planning committee is committed this year to doing an in-person event. We had an interesting experience last year with our virtual event, and that was done very nicely, but it's just not the same as having people there in the room to applaud all the different recipients of the award. So we are really committed to doing it in person this year. And so 2 nights ago, we had a discussion whether or not we felt comfortable going through with the original date of February 24th. And we decided that we would buy ourselves an extra month to see how the pandemic goes. And we have pushed the date off now to March 31st, which is the 5th Thursday in March. And as most people know, 5th anything in a month are pretty open. There shouldn't be any conflicts with troop meetings or anything else. Nobody scheduled something for the 5th Tuesday or Thursday or anything of the month. So that's the new date. And at this event, it's a combined council and district dinner. And we will be awarding 2 silver beavers, which have already been announced. For those that don't know, our 2 silver beavers for last year are Marvin Belcher from Troop 65 and our very own Eric Zanvliet from Troop 371. So congratulations to them. We will also be awarding the District Award of Merit. We have 2 of those this year. First one goes to Thomas Bodler of Troop 140, and the second one to Tom Soto of Troop 65. So we'll be doing that as well. And we'll be announcing our class of 2021 Eagles. We had 71 Eagles last year, wow, which in a pandemic year, I think is just fantastic. 7 of those 71 Eagles are our first girl Eagle Scouts, which I think is very impressive. And we also had 1 Sea Scout quartermaster last year. So we will be announcing all these along with a few other awards if we have any commissioner awards and what have you. We've got at least 1, possibly 2 very high number BSA veteran awards to present. And so it should be quite a night. It will be at the Grand on Willow at Grand Avenue, as it has been for about the last 20 years. And it will be promoted in the weekly email blast. You should have seen something today about the change of date. And you can sign up online and reserve your spot. What else? That's about it. We hope to see a good crowd there. We will be enforcing mask rules, and there will be plenty of hand sanitizer on hand. And we hope to see a lot of folks there and celebrate our accomplishments for 2021.
Thank you very much, Paul. We do have a call out for all those units, troops, packs, crews, to submit their nominations for their unit award of appreciations. Get those nomination forms over to Victor as soon as you can. Deadline is February 28th.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. I was supposed to mention that too, and we will be announcing those unit award of appreciation recipients as well at the dinner.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you, Paul. Spring Aquatics Camp. Okay, as I mentioned in our program month update forecast, we were offering we will be offering our spring aquatics program in full force at Sea Base. We are offering a Cub program for youth in the 2nd through the 5th grades. And it's also an invitation to scouting because you do not need to be registered as a scout for that. Scouts BSA, you have aquatics and Eagle merit badges, elective merit badges. You have a lot of watercraft classes such as rowing, canoeing, kayaking, small boat sailing, Eagle required merit badges, personal management, sustainability, the whole gamut. And it's very local, it's very close, and you can earn your merit badges there. Victor, we've got a leader meeting coming up. You got to unmute yourself.
There you go. Sorry about that. Yes, we have our annual LBAC, Long Beach Area Council Leader Meeting. This one should be pretty exciting because not only are we going to hear new initiatives and vision for 2022, but we get to meet our new Scout executive.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, so that'll be exciting. We'll get the latest information on the state law, which I will be AB 506, which I will be talking about in just a few slides. Here are the latest on camp innovation that's going on. See our council budget for 2022, and they just get rallied and get really excited about the upcoming year. And if anybody has questions, obviously they will be answered, and just get to have camaraderie with our fellow scouters.
Yeah, and this will be at Sea Base, 8 a.m. to 9:30. This takes also the place of the beginning of the year kickoff that we used to have. So everyone, want to see you out there. February 5th, 8 o'clock, Sea Base. Thank you. Tradery. I mentioned that on our calendar. Tomahawk, can you tell us more about the Tradery?
Hello, everyone, and good evening. So Saturday, January 22nd is our Tradery for the Long Beach Area Council, and it's hosted by the Pavanka Lodge. We will be at the Sea Base from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. There is Friday there, but that's for setup, and if anybody just wants to come and set up their tables, because we do have vendors that will be there. This is a free event. You don't have, it's free. You don't have to pay anything to come to the event. This is an event where they sell patches, they trade patches. You know, you could buy patches, like all that. It's all about patches, and also scouting, old books, uniforms,
Memorabilia.
Yes, so it is an exciting event. We're one of the first ones in the area to do this in a very, very long time. It's like we will be providing lunch at a fee, a small fee. So if you want to come for the whole day, you don't have to be in the OA. This is a council event. The proceeds from this event gets all for the council. So we donate the money to the council, whatever we make that day. So please come out, and that's about it.
All right. I love the event because it gives us a big history of scouting, both from the Long Beach Area Council's history, and as you know, we had the big anniversary, you know, a couple of years ago, but also all of BSA and all that old memorabilia brings it all back. So thank you.
One more thing I'd like to say, that our last council executive, John Fullerton, gave us a big bag of his patches.
Ooh.
So we're going to have some surprises at this tradery. So hopefully you will show up.
All right. Maybe some raffles for some of them. All right. Very good. I'm going to introduce Jason Roberts. You know him from the past couple of roundtables as well. He gives us a little training nugget every month. So I'm looking forward to this and getting parents involved. Jason, take it away.
Hey, thank you, Eric. Yeah, hi, Happy New Year. I'm Jason. I'm a Cub Master at 117. I also was the former committee chair for 117 PAC, so I know a little bit about working with adults and getting them involved. And parents are willing to help. The thing is, the most asked question is, what am I going to do? So they want to plan, and the biggest thing is most PACs lack a plan. So There is proven plans. I'm going to give you one plan right now. It's just one plan. There's many other ones that work, but this has been proven. So first thing we want to look at things to avoid is expecting parents to volunteer on their own. They're not going to do that. You know, it's like asking somebody to go bake you a cake and they don't know how to work in the kitchen, or fix your car and they're not a mechanic. They're not going to just volunteer. Now, if you had a box of, you know, cake mix, it has the instructions on the side, you know what you're getting into, you know what's in front of you, you know what it's going to take. And then if it's too big a thing, you might not do it, but then you know. So that's the big thing. They don't know the language, so they don't know how to be a scout. So you just have to start small, and expecting everyone to be a leader is not really real. So you should start small. Some people want to be big leaders. Some people, you give them small tasks. So that's how you get them involved. Also, an unwelcoming atmosphere. You want to have a new member coordinator. That's someone that just their only job is to welcome new people, let them know what scouting's about. You can look that up on scouting.org on new member coordinator. And that's pretty good on that. So you could switch this slide on that. Also jargon. You want to avoid jargon right off the bat. Scouters, they don't know the difference between a cub and a scout and a den and a pack sometimes. So if you get really into the jargon of scouting, you might lose them. You might want to say your grade level, or something like that, and just more explain what you're doing. That'll keep them involved and you won't lose them thinking they're so out of touch they have to learn the language before they can even help out. So that's one thing too. So a proven plan, it's the key to lay out what Cub Scouting is and what's ahead. That's what you want to do. Have a list of all tasks the pack needs to help with, including any vacant positions, such as a den leader, a new member, coordinator, etc. And just tasks are the main thing. We want to express tasks over positions. A task is definite, you know what you're going to do, and that helps them get more involved. So you could, we have sticky notes, you have a sticky note. This is a way to have them up. You make a sticky note for every task in your scouting unit, what you're going to need to do. So say you have a Pinewood Derby, you're going to need someone checking them in. You're going to need somebody weighing them in. You might need someone running the track. That's 3 sticky notes. So that's 3 jobs that could go up, something easy for a parent to grab, and then you're getting your task done. So it's a good thing to do. Sticky notes are great. You have little jobs like going and picking up advancements once a month, in a small pack, that's easy. In a large pack, that might be a bigger job, so you might need more people, or, so it's dependent on the task. You want to have the level of involvement and the time. So it's all spelled out right here. We have a couple sticky notes right here. Awards and recognitions pickup. What's the task? Pick up awards on the 3rd Monday, once a month. Monthly task, drive in the scout shop. It's right there. It's all spelled out. It's easy for someone to understand, and they don't feel they're getting over their head or jumping off a cliff, diving in the pool or something like that. So that's a good thing to do. So once you have that together, you want to get an agenda together for the parents. Let them know that you're having a parent orientation meeting. There's example agendas. What's best, we found out, is like 7 to 10 days right after your recruitment is you get the parents together and get a date, but then call everyone up individually. Don't send out an e-blast. Call them up individually, make sure they're all going to come, and they usually respond right away with a text or a call. And there's other agendas on myscouting.org. It's a little 9-minute video. It'll give you a full agenda on your parent orientation meeting. And next slide. Once you have all that together, you're ready for your meeting. Oh, this is also a little slide on how to run Getting Adults thing. You could go to that on myscouting.org. There's a little 9-minute video that helps you gather all your stuff together and on picking the right adults for what type of tasks. So you can move on. And here's our sticky board. Once you get all your sticky notes, put them on a board, bring them to the meeting, have them all organized. You're going through your agenda with your adults. At one point, you talk about involvement, and you bring the adults up and you ask them to pick one or two what they feel comfortable with. That's you could go to the next one, Eric. That's pretty much what they'll do is they'll come up and you have some that are small tasks, bigger tasks. For some jobs are easier. Some jobs might take a couple parents might tag team on it, but that's how you get that. And then you want to make sure you follow up. You want to record who took what sticky note, of course. Make sure you know where they went.
Yeah.
But then you want to follow up personally with a phone call to make sure they understand and that they're not alone on it. And just to make sure the task is completed. If they don't get the task done exactly the way you wanted, it's okay. Everyone learns. Everyone's, it's a learning thing for everybody. I'm learning. I'm growing in scouting. It's a good thing. You just tell them, it'll come back to them in tenfold. That's what I always tell them. And I'm always there for them. Communication is the deal. Here's some resources. This is I think a PDI you could download to help you identify leadership characters and people, the right people for your leadership. And here's some other resources you could give to your den leaders and the people that help out. So that's just some of the, they're all there on the sites in there. Everything to help them get started. You can support them and help your adults get in there. So keep it simple. And that's my motto is the acronym KISS. Is that keep it simple, Scout.
Exactly.
So,
it sounds like, Jason, that it helps very much if your PAC committee has organized their year in advance by doing an annual planning meeting, and then they can have the Scout parents help fill all those needs that are coming up with regard to events and fundraisers and all the rest.
yes. Your plan meeting would create all your task sticky notes. What you need help with, throughout the year to get stuff done, and then you present it to your adults and get them involved and have a great year.
Absolutely. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. We can try to answer those too. All right. Jason, thank you very much. That I like the sticky note idea. I have never used that before with regard to that. I have used it in my work life, and it helped organize the project that we were doing. But I can definitely see where this is this is helpful for getting parents involved. Thank you very much, Victor.
Yes.
Here we got to
we'll-
get fingerprinted.
Yeah, so there's a new state law. It's the AB 506. It's a new California law that requires administrators, employees, and regular volunteers of youth organizations to complete training in child abuse and neglect identification provided by the state and reporting. So you have to undergo a background check to identify and exclude any persons with a history of child abuse. So you have to do two things: is take the mandated training that they provide, and then also do the live scan, which is your fingerprinting. So it went into effect January 1st, applies to all registered adults, requires all volunteers to be fingerprinted.
All volunteers? Is that all registered
Well,
scouters?
sorry, it should be all registered volunteers
Okay.
to be fingerprinted. Yes. And requires all volunteers to take the state training online.
So it's special for California.
Yes, it is a special law for California only, yeah. And then this BSA website, which has a ton of information on it, has all the information that you'll need. Q&A, it has the link to the training, and has all the answers that you may need in case you have questions on it. Some of the deadlines that we have coming up is, if you move to the next slide. So the training process, you only have to do it once. February 28th will be the deadline for all volunteers registered volunteers to complete online training. April 30th will be the deadline for all registered volunteers to complete live scan fingerprints. And any registered volunteer who has not completed the training and fingerprints by June 1st will be dropped. So these are some hard line requirements that we have to meet in order to meet the state mandate. And if we're in violation, we could be liable for it. So we have to stick to these mandates. If anybody has questions, feel free. They can contact myself or Mark, and we can answer those questions. But if you go to that website, here's a link. Here's a picture of what the website looks like. It has a lot of information on there regarding this new law.
CaliforniaScouting.org.
Yes.
Okay. How do you get yourself fingerprinted?
I think it's there. You have to go through a live scan location that they'll provide for
Does the website
individual.
have dates and times and locations?
I believe the website has all of the information they'll need to be able to do all those things. Yes.
Okay. Great. All right. So this is a mandatory thing, everyone. You don't get to do a buy on this, and it's coming up in a month and a half. So everyone, please get out there. It's like renewing your driver's license. You got to get it done in order to drive.
One of the questions in the chat that I just saw, it says a person's already been live scanned. You still have to do it. And here's the kicker on this. You have to do it for every youth organization that you're a registered member of. So if you're a member of, let's say, AYSO, and you're also a member of
Oh, it doesn't count.
Scouts.
I got it from my church.
Yes, exactly. You would still have to get a live scan. And these are California rules. This is part of the law that came out.
Is there a cost for this?
I believe there is a cost. I've heard that it costs $50, but I can't verify it, so I don't have the data in front of me. But yeah, I believe that's what it is.
Okay. All right. So Howard let us know that the live scan process is currently to be determined. So you can do your training now, but you might need to wait for your live scan.
And they're still working out the details on the live scan.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Howard.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, and if you have more than one scouter in the family, that's going to add up. All right. Very good. Very good. We're going to move over to office and shop hours. Just want to let you know that the Scout office will be closed and the Scout shop will be closed on next Monday on the 17th. That's Martin Luther King Day. So that will be closed. Otherwise, they're open Monday through Friday. And today is the 13th, so that's why the star's on that one there. If you have any questions about Scout Shop, you can contact Sandy. There's her email address there and the telephone number. She can arrange for curbside pickups for any purchases. She can arrange for ordering ahead of time and getting your order ready so that you can spend less time at the Scout Shop if you need to. And of course, you have all your emails that are available to your Scout, our council employees as well.
She did ask one request. If a pack is participating in the Pinewood Derby, if they could put in their orders for their cars as soon as possible in case we're running low on inventory, she'll have enough time to be able to reorder it. And right now with the inventory backlogs, it could take a little bit of time to get here. So if you have a count or roughly a count of how many cars you will need for the upcoming Pinewood Derby, please let her know as soon as possible.
Okay, great. Okay. So fantastic. Yeah, get those orders in. All right, we have a little bit of time now to bring up issues, other things that you might want to have that are on your mind that is scouting related. I know I have to get out there and get my training done for SB 509, is it? So, Joe, I think you had something that you wanted to bring up.
Yeah, I just have a quick update for the packs for Cabaret.
Okay.
The patches and shirts just came in this week. I'm putting those packages together, and I should be reaching out to you. I'm going to try and get them over to a leader in your unit so that way they can be properly distributed. Once I get those out, then I'll work on getting patches out to the troops that participated and helped out. So a big thank you to everyone involved and everybody that went. sorry it's taken so long to get the patches. Everything's kind of been delayed this year. And I'm just happy that we got them and we are ready to distribute. So
That was all pre-ordered, correct?
yeah, it was all pre-ordered.
Mhm. And that makes me remember too, to remind everybody to order your Scout Sunday patches. Those need to get in there so we can get our order in and you don't run out like we've run out in prior years. So make an estimate of how many patches you might need for your unit and get that order into the Scout shop so they can get those, the right number of patches and order the right number. Okay. Excellent. Climbing instructor training, Howard.
Yeah, so there's on the Long Beach Area Council training website, longbeachareacouncil.org/training. We are taking signups for climbing instructor people who are adults that are interested in becoming instructors. Now, you'll start off as a newbie, but we're there to train you, and the other instructors are there to support you, and we would love to have you join us. It's a lot of fun. Great group of climbing instructors. And we support a lot of units out there that go out to Joshua Tree and other places, hopefully not too far. And we help them with their climb.
Very good. Yeah, I know that the instructors do have a lot of fun. We treat them really well at the Webelos weekend, and it's a great resource to have for our council. A lot of councils don't have the climbing capability that we do. So thanks for supporting that.
If I could just add in on there, it's something that I did because I knew that I have a fear of heights. I have a fear of heights, and I knew that my scout was also very leery of heights. And so I figured that if I were there to kind of be there to help them and coach them through it, that he'd be more receptive to doing it. And since I did it, I've become more comfortable, and my son absolutely loves it. Anytime I'm going out to help Howard and support, he's like, can I come? Can I come? So it's really a lot of fun. You get to learn a lot of the safety about climbing, and it really helps put your mind at ease if you have any kind of apprehension about it. So I highly recommend.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Howard, is there a cost for the class?
Yes, you can always tip me, but that's optional. No, but there is a cost, because there are materials that we have to acquire and give to you. So it's 50, it actually depends on what level of
Training.
climbing instructor that you are approaching. So most people will be that have never done this before. They'll be signing up for a level 1 if they're 18 years of age or older. If they're 16 to 17, they would be signing up for instructor and training. Both of those positions are, well, I shouldn't call it position, but both of those levels are $50 for the class, and we are doing recertifications, and that's a lesser charge because we want you to come back. So the recertifications for those of you that are currently level 1s or level 2s is $30. So class starts on February 19th. It's a 3-day class. The first day is at Sea Base. Starts early in the morning, 8:30 till 5:30. It is a long day. We recommend that you bring your lunch because you're not leaving the classroom, because we're teaching all the way through. Yeah, Joe's laughing, but he knows what I'm talking about. We have a lot of information to teach you, but a lot of it is primarily about understanding, the equipment and techniques that we use, as well as a lot. I can say a lot, and Joe will attest to this. A lot of it is about safety.
Yeah, and most of that training is on the ground.
Yeah, it is.
All right, excellent.
Hey, Eric, can I
Yes,
speak for a minute about Tockwitz?
please.
So, just a reminder to everybody that we are actively taking reservations for summer camp up at Camp Tockwitz this year. It's filling out nicely, but there's still opportunities. Our first week at camp starts the 10th of July and goes until the end of the first week in August.
Okay.
We also have, camping opportunities available for troops up there, both winter camping, and then once we get into, I've got, a handful of troops doing the snow camping, and then we get into the spring, and we're open and available for just regular troop camping. If you're looking for service projects, want to help out with anything up at camp, please do not hesitate to get a hold of me.
How are your cabin reservations?
So the cabin reservations, we're doing okay. Obviously, the Omicron has understandably had some groups rescheduling. One of the things I failed to mention too about summer camp and the last roundtable, I didn't mention either. So we did change our pricing at Tockwitz this year, but we didn't change it for in-council. So all of our in-council pricing is the same as it was in prior years. We have added some very nominal surcharges for out of council, which is in line with what other councils do. So, but know that the rates are better, prime, and they didn't change for in council.
Right.
Do you have the work party days calendared already, Joe?
It's interesting you say that, Joe, because I was at 3 o'clock this morning. I woke up thinking about this call tonight, and I went, guess what? I don't have ready. So I appreciate you calling me out on that, Joe. Way to go. And I won't sleep tonight now out of shame and embarrassment. But, we'll get those work party dates out soon.
We will hold you to it for the February roundtable.
If the work party wants to come up, you'll schedule them, right, Joe?
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
when you come up.
Actually,
It is.
have a group up camping this weekend, and due to weather and snow and everything else, they are happy to help. One of the unfortunate things that the snow brings is a disaster to the forest, right? So the general public has no sense of leave no trace, and so the troop coming up this weekend is going to be very helpful in not only helping to clean up after snow players on Tockwitz, but also on some National Forest Service land. So we could always find something for everybody.
Sure. Yes, you will. Very good. Thank you. Okay, let's have a last call for any other bits and items. And want to wish everybody a happy rest of the month. We will see you on February 10th. Please invite a friend to the next roundtable and have them start listening in. It's a fun time, a little bit of networking for all of us, and a chance to see our faces if we don't see them often enough in person. So thank you everyone for attending. We'll see you next time. Good night.